As long as I have the cards out, I think I'm going to look at the C-PAC. You know, what was the overall view of Trump's speech by the people there? Are they sincerely wanting to back him again? Or are they viewing his speech with sort of, you know, okay, what's going on? Because they had the polls, and the polls were saying, yeah, they like his policies, but it didn't look like they were that particularly enthralled with him running again. So let's see if we can look into the minds of those at C-PAC in their inner being on the overall, what is the dynamic when it comes to Trump's speech and the possibility of him as their candidate to run. Okay. So we have this as his walking away, you know. He's left the White House, but of course now he's saying, I'm going to continue to be involved in politics. I'm not going anywhere. And again, he was spouting his typical rhetoric. I won. This is a witch hunt. You know, the usual. Nothing has changed in his rhetoric. The challenge is the Republican Party, okay? So that makes sense for where we're starting this. He's walked away, and his challenge is to re-engage the Republican Party. So what is their conscious thought about this? A lot of things up in the air with it. I think they just have a lot on their plate trying to figure out what direction to go. They know that he lies through his teeth. They know there's so many scandals, other things that are coming up. And so I think at this point in time, there's a lot of confusion and trying to figure out what avenue are we going towards here, okay? Subconsciously evaluating stuff. You know, this is what's planted. What are we going to harvest? Is it going to be a good harvest, a bad harvest? Can we pull this out? Are we ready to go forward with this? Is it worth it? Is it not? Okay. Past is, you know, he moved the party. Okay. This is the wagon train that we hitched our star to. We hitched it to Trump. You know, the star, the businessman. We went for this ride. We bought a ticket to this ride. And so now here we are. So let's look at the short term. Again, looking at this abuse of power. Do we really want him to be the head of the Republican Party? Okay. He's abused his power while in there. You know, it was all fun and games when it was working for us, when it got us tax cuts for the wealthy, those type of things, more judges on the Supreme Courts. Those things were great, okay, but the abuse of power is the abuse of power, okay? So are we going to continue to be a party of abuse of power? Well, they tried to rig the election. Okay, they have no qualms about that. In fact, they're out there still now trying to change voting laws and Georgia to disallow black vote, to disallow older people. So they have no problem with some abuses of power. Okay, so how do they see themselves? They see themselves as, again, wanting to put forward their own brand of truth, such as it is. Okay, wanting to start to bring things forward. But again, above it, we've got so many things on the plate up in the air that they're trying, looks like they are trying as a party to figure out what is it we are going to hold to, okay? Energy surrounding it. Some of these things need to end, okay? Re-evaluating, and it looks like their overall perception is some of this stuff we have to put to an end. We can't continue on in this same direction, okay? It's not going to benefit us. Hopes and fears, again, about the U.S. and the Constitution and who we are as a country. So they're looking at how do we want to move the country forward? Where is it we're going? Above it's the chariot. Where do we want to move this to? So they're looking and evaluating the U.S. Some things they see need to end. And so let's see what the outcome is. I think when it comes to Trump, as far as leading, and again, no, they see him as an abuse of power. They see that his time is coming to an end. They want to engage his supporters, but as far as him, I think they know that things are going to be coming down on his head soon, okay? Yeah, and I think this has to do still wanting to engage his supporters, okay? That there has been loss. They're trying to figure out what they can recover and how they can go against Biden, okay? How they can move things up against Biden. So underneath of it, let's look and see what we have. We have, they're there trying to shed light on things, looking for perhaps new people to come forward. This is usually the, the spy or the person that's engaging, feeling like it's those that are younger that are willing to step forward. Again, this is about fighting for the party. Where is the energy going to go? Where are we going to put it? Offerings, who's going to come forward with what offering? This is a burden that they have. And the burden is this, Trump. Trump is a burden, and the things he's tried to get away with, the thefts, the disinformation, the unhappiness, overall unhappiness with this stuff. And it is an emotional issue, something they are juggling. And it's just feeling like, things are imploding. We're getting hung up. We need to see from a different perspective, and this is painful. And I think they are looking to those behind the scenes with money, again, the affluent that are fueling the party, such as Rebecca Mercer. I mean, the ones with wealth. Okay, where are we going? Okay, so it looks like they're, again, liking some of his decisions, but as far as Trump himself going forward, I think they know that his time is coming to an end. We'll placate him now. I think they want to just keep his supporters on the hook. They'll play the game because they really don't have somebody else, I think, at this moment in mind to head the party. I think that's part of the problem, is they don't really have a strong enough person that can overshadow Trump now, because he has had such a hold on people. They really need somebody to come in here gangbusters, or they need to have him taken out of the way with all these, lawsuits and all this other stuff coming up. If they get him on RICO, criminal enterprise, that type of thing, then okay, he's out of the party. Now, who do we have? Who do we have that's got a strong enough personality? Yeah, it's what they're waiting for. Who do we have that's got a strong enough personality to lead the party? They would be evaluating that at that time. So I think they're just waiting. Yeah, they're waiting for these things to be revealed. Too much is unknown at this point in time for them. Yeah, they're waiting for the wheel to turn to find out what's going to happen with him. When he gets tied up and stuff, then they can bring somebody forward. They can really start working on party things there to hopefully bring somebody forward that can lead the party, that people can have an emotional connection to. But as long as Trump is still there, running his mouth, he is still too much of a draw for people, for them to effectively turn their backs on him now. So I think it's kind of like they're between a rock and a hard place at this time. They're between a rock and a hard place. They're waiting for, the powers to be to take him down. Once he's out of the picture, removed, that he can't be a viable candidate, then they'll start, moving forward, looking for somebody that's got a strong enough personality, because this has gone from a place of valuations and things to a cult of personality. So now they have to wait and find somebody with a strong enough personality that can replace him. But at the moment, they're stuck with him until he's effectively taken out of the picture. So that's what I'm getting. This is only, my view of reading the cards, my perceptions. So if you enjoyed this, please give a thumbs up. Much love and light to everyone, and we'll see you online.